pregame. It is here, finally. Welcome into the CHGO Bears Pregame Show, presented by PointsBet. Use promo code CHGO when you sign up to get 2 risk-free bets up to $2,000. What's going on, Bears fans? Adam Hoge, Mark Carman, and Greg Braggs.
Let's
go.
Let's go.
Not yet. Not yet. I mean, we got a whole football game to get through it. It's a preseason game, so it's going to, we'll save that for the third quarter.
Disagree. Go ahead. You want to get in there.
Where's the crown?
It is a night game.
Lean into your personality. I mean, come on, let's go. I'm here for all of it.
Are we supposed to officially dress you with the junior?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Oh. Okay.
I take pride in it.
Okay.
Sure.
Greg Braggs Jr.
Yes, sir.
Junior, Braggs,
Ken Griffey.
Bears. Let's go.
You and Ken Griffey Jr. The two best juniors of all time, right?
That's right.
I'm a little uncomfortable now. That's.
And Charles Leno Jr.
The junior's
there we go.
right there.
Leno.
It's right there in the Twitter
Leno and Braggs right there.
Leno. Yeah, that's true.
Elevating the Griff is early. Hi, Adam, by the way. Hoge.
Your Car's back was with us on postgame. We'll be here tonight, too. So, first time doing a pregame, though. It's like our real dress rehearsal for the season. I'm excited about it. And we'll have postgame right afterward.
Wait, how many reps are we going? Is there a second team that's going to swap out after like 10 plays here?
That's a good question.
See, here at CHGO, we play the starters the whole time.
Can we have a fight about that to start right now? Like, can really 6 to 10 plays?
You disagree with it?
I do. What he played, he didn't exactly exhaust himself.
Okay, but what if, and I hope this is the case, I have to postpone my anger over this because it's based on what happens next week in Cleveland.
Okay.
If they treat that game as like they at least the starters play the first half, then I'm okay with not playing them on a West Coast trip on a ridiculous week where you had 2 practices. Like, I'm okay with that.
Okay, but first of all, I want to be clear. I'm not like angry. I'm not losing sleep. I'm not. Well, but I'm
you just want to see Justin Fields more.
I'm miffed.
Friendlyly.
Are you miffed? Is that the word?
I'm miffed. There's a go. I'm disappointed. Listen, Justin Fields needs reps. Luke Getsy needs reps. Matt Eberflus needs reps. This is like, to me, first game, second game, this is more like an NBA style thing here. They're not playing 48 minutes. They're not playing 60 minutes. Let them get out there and play a quarter. We don't need to 6-10 plays. Let's leave it open here. Let's see how it flows. He's fine.
Yeah, I agree. Why put a cap on it? Like, why not just see how the game is playing out and go from there? Because in my opinion, the Browns game will be treated like a conventional 4th preseason game, and you won't see the starters at all. That's what I anticipate next Saturday. So if that is the case, then yeah, I would have liked to see them play at least a quarter, if not into the second quarter, just to try to adjust to whatever the other team is doing. I know everything's vanilla in preseason, but to your point, we're trying to get chemistry with the offensive line. Teven Jenkins tonight playing right guard, Larry Borum's at right tackle. So, how do you know? You don't even know what your configuration of your offensive line is yet. You still got to build chemistry with them, too. You're going to be doing most of that when the season starts.
Yeah, and listen, it's fine, right? Like, Teven can be out there longer than Fields. I would expect that to be the case.
100%.
Oh yeah, I do.
Okay.
And he said that. Eberflus said that. Like, it's an individual basis. Some guys are going to be out there longer. I specifically asked about Teven. I go, Teven's a guy that you play more, right? And he was like, yeah, I mean, it might be more than that.
Do you all buy that this is a real shot for him, though? The big
yes.
T?
Yeah, I think so. But real quick,
yeah.
I will say, to your point, when on Monday Luke Getsy says Justin Fields needs to play, he needs the game reps. He said that.
Yeah.
And then on Tuesday the head coach comes out and says he's going to play 6 to 10 plays. That did register in my head as like, wait a minute, that's not quite on the same page there.
Right, and I'm enjoying my Luke Getsy a whole lot here.
He brings
big
Getsy guy?
I am. He brings it straight.
So which job is he going to have next year as a head coach?
That's no. Let's just settle in.
Seahawks, maybe Seahawks. Seattle. Gonna look at them tonight.
You want to be right here, Luke Getsy. You love being the Bears OC, and by the way, we're still trying to figure out if Luke Getsy can do this. I'm not exactly sure his whole explanation on why he wants to be down on the field during the game and comparing it to his golf game. I'm like, is that the same thing? Am I missing something here? Your golf game, you're a field guy. That was a little bit bizarre, but listen. I would just like to see the Bears use every bit of all the preseason games to get themselves up to as best of speed as possible as they go into the Niners on September the 11th. And I understand this is not the Super Bowl season, but give yourself an actual chance to be one of the surprise teams in the NFL this year. Let's dare to dream, damn it.
The one thing I will say is I think that we're seeing a little bit of a shift in preseason strategy when it comes to playing players, because there's such a gap now in between the last preseason game and the regular season opener.
Yeah.
That if you don't play those guys next Saturday in Cleveland, that's over 2 weeks between then and when you actually go up against the 49ers. That's a
Yeah.
Well, then it's actually 3 weeks because they're not playing in that game, really. So you're giving them you know what I mean? It's August 18th. If they don't play a lot in Cleveland, that's a long time to September 11th.
Yep.
So I think because they've eliminated that fourth preseason game, it's kind of put these teams in a bind where they can't really treat that last game like, okay, we're just going to throw all of our bubble guys out there and now they got to basically narrow that down to the second half of the third preseason game.
If that's the case, then I'm fine with how they're approaching today. It's a short week. Granted, they didn't really play that much in the first game, so it's a short week, yes, but it's not like they're coming off a full game. So, it like I said, I wish they would just let it play out. Now, they say 6 to 10 plays, maybe 2 series, so I guess they're assuming they're going to have 2 3-play series for touchdowns, and then Justin will go out and we'll all be happy in the postgame.
Just want to let you know that I checked on my phone that it is, when you put in how many days is it until September the 11th, it tells you it's 24 days. That's a lot of days, to your point, Adam Hoge.
Yeah.
24 damn days. That's more than 3 weeks by my math.
And if you're going off the offensive coordinator saying the quarterback needs game reps and he's only going to play 6 to 10 plays tonight, that better damn mean he plays a lot next week against the Browns, right?
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm missing something here.
But listen, the biggest nightmare that could possibly happen is this dude gets hurt in a preseason game. So you have to avoid that. But if you're worried about that, then he should play 0 plays.
I think the upside is
Agreed.
I think there's more to gain and lose. You can get hurt in any game. Yep. I guess technically your risk goes up if you play more, but the more snaps you play, the more likely whatever. The kid needs to learn how to play football. He needs to play.
I mean, you watch Zach Wilson get hurt, and that makes you think twice about something like that. But at the same time, I'm definitely old school mentality, and just watching Tom Brady for the last 20 years, he plays every preseason game. When they used to have 4, he'd play all 3, and a good majority of them. So if it's good enough for Tom Brady, it should be good enough for anybody on the Bears.
Yeah, and by the way, NFL, come on, man. You can't put the Bears on Saturday on Thursday. That's not fair to the Bears. Come on, Roger Goodell or whoever the scheduled maker is. That ain't right. Who is the schedule maker?
Was something going on at Soldier Field last Thursday or something? The first preseason game's almost always on Thursday. It's always a Thursday night at Soldier Field. I'm confused why they had to play Saturday.
Another excellent question. Come on, man.
I don't know.
We're trying to build the Super Bowl 2024 around here. You can't be doing
they got
Saturday,
soccer
Thursday
games there. Elton John was there.
Too much going on. All right, Nicholas Moreano's out in Seattle. We're going to check in with him here in about 5 minutes or so. First, we're going to set the scene with the players that have the most on the line tonight. I will start. Not a surprise. We've talked about it a lot this week, but I really do think Teven Jenkins has a lot on the line in this game. It's really his opportunity to show, look, left tackle ended up getting blocked by Braxton Jones. Now they tried to move him to right tackle, and there's a couple guys there ahead of him. They still need a right guard. That is still obvious. They still need a right guard. This is a sensible move to move him to the right guard, but he's got to take advantage of it. Only had 2 practices. Throw him in there. Now he's got to go do it in a game, but I think it's a big opportunity for him.
No doubt. And reading up on the Teven Jenkins, if you go back in time and you read his scout, a lot of people thought that because of the arm length, which is short, that he was better suited to be a guard. I don't know with his physical condition if somehow maybe there's just a little – that's probably not true at all, but maybe he's somehow physically with what he's dealing with his back, maybe he's more comfortable inside. That's a huge reach by me. But whatever it is, like if he actually – if you could get – if Teven can play right guard and Borum can slide in at right tackle – And now you've got 3 young, offensive, cheap linemen. That would give Ryan Poles so much flexibility on how he constructs this roster. That would be an incredible development.
Absolutely. I mean, this is last chance for romance for Teven. They're giving him different spots, and this is, like you said, 24 days from today. So if any time, it's got to happen right now. But as other people that evaluate this game, certainly smarter than me in the stands, they'll tell you that he's the most talented offensive lineman on this roster. So you got to try to find a spot for him. Yeah, you put him at right guard. You can swing him out, get him in space, bulldozing guys. So I hope it works out because that's what's best for Bears. And, then you have those 2 tackle positions potentially figured out with young guys, and that could have you approach the draft differently next year, and that's for a discussion for another day. But, yeah, that certainly would be nice to have 3 young guys like that on the line.
All right, who do you got as your player with most on the line?
Listen, a lot of wide receivers are going to get a chance today. My training camp darling, who never turned into a training camp darling. I don't even know if he's going to play tonight, but Chris Fink, get out there. But a guy with a legit chance at it. Daz Newsome, you had a very up and down start to your preseason. So tonight, how about some Christmas? There is talent there. There is speed there. So if he can actually show out, do something, be positive, look like he knows what he's doing at all times, that would be a huge development. So Daz Newsome, you had a great chance tonight. Take advantage of it, my friend.
Yeah, almost had 2 touchdowns on that end around, just missed it. So
it's a big one. What do you got?
I got Jack Sanborn. What a game last week for him at Soldier Field.
Boilermaker takes the Badger.
Yeah, of course. Stay in the Big Ten. Big Ten loyal all day, even if is Wisconsin. Nobody's perfect. But, the showing he had, some would say, hey, he's a roster lock at this point, especially when you consider the linebackers they have. But, to me, you can't take anything for granted if you're Jack Sanborn coming into this game. So you double down on what you just did last week, then you're a roster lock.
Yeah. So
it's a huge game for him.
He kind of falls in the category of players. I'm wondering if they limit his reps at all. Just because that seems to be a big emphasis this week. And I think he played 41% of the snaps against the Chiefs. But you could also argue that he's a rookie. To your point, he still needs to prove himself. There's not a lot of other linebackers who can fill those reps late in the game because I don't think they're going to turn to the veterans like Matt Adams to do that. So
yeah, I'm not worried about the Bears overplaying Sanborn right now.
Come on!
I know that's
you can't afford to lose Jack Sanborn.
That is your guy, and I hope that I hope he has a great. I hope we can hear from you about Sanborn every single week throughout the whole season here.
It's becoming a bit on Twitter already.
There's a lot of guys though tonight that are. I mean, we're gonna get our first look at Velus Jones. Can you look competent doing multiple things? Can you catch the football? Will they let him get a touch out of the backfield? Are we gonna see him both on punt and kick return? Like that guy, if he can be an instant impact for them this season, right? I mean, Velus has an opportunity to have a huge role on this team if he can really show that he can handle all things that they're gonna throw at him.
And, I mean, obviously offensive line is most important. But, Adam, don't you think that Larry Borum, I mean, people say now he's moving ahead in the right tackle race, but couldn't you also see it as, they gave Riley Reif the first shot for a week, see how he looks. Now it's Larry Borum's week. So it's not necessarily that he has the job or is the front runner right now, but they want to see both guys in a starting role and see how they do with it?
There's a couple different ways you can look at it. I mean, one, reports coming out of Seattle right now, and we're hoping to connect with Nick here soon so he can fill some of these gaps. But it looks like Riley Reif isn't even going to play tonight at all. So he's not even dressed. So is that because he's a lock for the starting job, or the fact he barely practiced this week? I still think it's significant they moved him out of the left side so quickly. Part of that's Braxton
Agreed.
Jones. I don't know that Riley Reif's 100% healthy. I think that's part of the equation too. here, and I feel like they're being ultra careful with him.
Who is healthy on this team? Am I the only one?
Jack Sanborn.
Oh, that's one. I mean,
That's all you need.
I mean,
Justin Fields, that's all that matters.
okay, fine. Jaquan Brisker, did we overuse him in against the Chiefs? Is that why he's not out there, or is he actually hurt? Kyler Gordon, you haven't played in a minute. I get it. You're back home, and your entire family and cousins and extended are all coming tonight. But I don't have any real confidence that he's healthy. And we could just keep on going down the list here.
Kyler Gordon is expected to play tonight, by the way, for those asking. I think we're going to see him.
That's right. He's supposed to be out there, but and the Bears,
if last week was Brisker's game, this is Gordon's game, and then they both look great, and they look like starters. They don't play quarterback. I'm okay if they don't play in Cleveland. I'm not talking about the offense and the quarterback there. That's different.
Honestly, the only guy on the field that I don't need to see is Darnell Mooney.
That's true.
You're the guy. I have complete confidence that you understand every single route that you have to run. I don't think you need to have any practice catching the football. I believe in your chemistry with Justin Fields. You can go out there for one play and hang out the rest of the day. The rest of you, in my mind, y'all got to get on the field and start to build yourself a little bit of chemistry, confidence, the whole thing. By the way, watching Nick's videos of him walking through the airport, first little road trip from Moreano, very, very exciting.
You could tell he's excited.
I'm loving it.
And that's a great – I think that's the only trip this year that I have FOMO over. Seattle's a great place. My brother-in-law lives there.
Is that the fish market?
Yeah.
Is that what
and Seattle in August, too. I think it's like 84 degrees there. Usually you go there and it's 50 and rainy. Or snowing like it was in December.
I feel like you're going to have a lot of FOMO this year sitting in studio.
I'm good.
Really?
I'm good.
Okay.
Because you're here for me, buddy.
Okay, brother. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
He said Kyler Gordon is as I pundit, his fish to click. I did a little White Sox reference for you, Adam.
Fish to click.
I know you don't want to talk about the White Sox today.
No, we can't talk about that team. Wasted my entire afternoon at the ballpark for no reason. All right, speaking of the White Sox, though, if you are a Sox fan, there's still almost 2 months left. I think this read is putting that out there like that's a good thing. I think that's up for interpretation, but
never say die.
The playoffs are there for the taking,
Never
technically,
say die.
and the White Sox still have a chance to win it all. But you definitely do. You definitely do. This Sunday only, August 21st, so the White Sox take on the Guardians. PointsBet and CHGO have an offer for you to guard your cash. When you sign up for PointsBet, use code CHGO, make a $51 bet. It's got to be $51 bet, either pregame or live during the game, to get $2,000 in risk-free bets, which is pretty nice. A CHGO yearly membership right there included. You get the membership. A size sock shirt. Say that 5 times fast. An exclusive CHGO sock script shirt, only available with this offer. That actually looks pretty good right there on your screen. I like that. That's solid. And a pair of slides from the CHGO locker. All you need to do is sign up on the PointsBet app using code CHGO. The best deal in town just got better. All right, well, the best guy in a different town, Seattle, right now, Nicholas Moreano. We got him. Is he there? Maybe. Nick, hello, Seattle.
Give it a shot, Nick. You there?
Hey, what's going on, you guys? Can you hear me?
There he is, right from Lumen Field, as it's called now in Seattle. What's up, Nick?
What's going on, you guys?
You tell us, man. You're right there in the stadium. Who's playing? Who's not? What's the big word from the stadium about 30 minutes out from kickoff?
Yeah, well, I can definitely tell you Kyler Gordon's playing because I ran into his family actually before I got right into Lumen Field. I saw all these 6 jerseys. I'm like, oh, are you? And then I asked, are you Kyler Gordon's mom? She's like, who, me? So I got to talking with their family a little bit. So Kyler Gordon is going to play tonight. So is his fellow rookie, Velus Jones Jr., and also Cole Kmet. The guys that are going to be out, though, you're looking at David Montgomery, Riley Reif. So 2 of those key pieces on the offense, but you're going to see some of the rookies play, and we'll get to see Cole Kmet out there.
Nick, what's your guess what we'll see from Velus tonight? How will they use him?
I hope they let him loose. I was saying on yesterday's podcast, Carm, that if you're going to get Velus Jones Jr. some playing time, might as well do it in a setting that's probably what's going to be looking like in the regular season, putting him in motion, sending him downfield. So hopefully Eberflus, Getsy, the game plan is to kind of let him do what he's going to do in the regular season, just let him loose.
Now, Nick, I saw your fish to click was Kyler Gordon. Now, we've seen a lot of him in the slot at training camp. Do you think we'll see him lined up in different spots all over the field or predominantly in the slot?
I think it would be smart to kind of give him a mix on the outside and the inside, but the last couple of practices he has been predominantly repping at that nickel cornerback spot, but I wouldn't be surprised if Eberflus and Alan Williams kind of throw him out on the outside every now and then. And look, he's in front of a group of about 15 family members that are here that are looking for him to make plays. I asked his mom, what are you expecting? And he's like, well, this is his time to shine. He missed last week. He better go out there and ball out. So Kyler Gordon, his mom has some high expectations for him.
All right. Well, we made up some prop bets. We're not going to do all of them here, but I'm going to give you the opportunity, Nick, to answer one of them. We'll save ours for the actual segment coming up. But one of them was on Kyler Gordon, Nick. Times that Kyler Gordon touches a live football tonight. So, it could be a PBU, could be an interception, could be a forced fumble recovery. We're setting the over-under at 1.5.
Okay, I like that. I would give him 3. I think he's got himself an interception in today's game. Can pick up a fumble recovery and get a pass batted down. So we're going at 3 for Kyler Gordon.
Nick, you drinking out there? Because I like it. I like the optimism, but that seems a little alcohol-induced right there. I'm going to be honest.
I contemplated stopping at one of the places on the way here, so unfortunately no, but maybe I should go back out there and try it again.
No, you stay professional.
He's just feeling he's in Seattle. It's Kyler Gordon's hometown. He ran into his mom before the game. If he had said under to that question,
yeah.
Did you give the mom a hug?
I did not. I gave her a fist bump, though. Gave her a fist bump, and I took a family picture for them.
Yeah, that's the fist bump seems a little bit more appropriate.
Yeah, not a big bear hug.
I'm kind of a hugger.
You're a hugger?
Depending on how long the conversation was, and it's my first road trip. It's your son's first game. We're all in this together.
Okay.
Let's hug it out and have whatever they do in Seattle. Drink Starbucks. What do they do out there?
They do. Fun fact: if you ever try to go to the original Starbucks right there, that's right next to Pike Market, you'll see a line down the street. If you just go one block up around the corner, there's a newer one that has the same exact coffee. There's nobody ever there, so I recommend that one. So, Nick, speaking of that, how's your first trip? We saw some fish videos. How come you didn't try to intercept one of those flying fish?
Don't get me wrong. I was thinking of trying to see if I can do that on the plane right here. Is there a way I can somehow catch a fish? Probably not sanitary, and I don't want to smell like fish for the entire time in the press box. But I did think about it, Adam. Don't get me wrong. I definitely did.
All right. The way you teed that up, I thought you had a live fish on the plane and you were practicing. I didn't know what was happening there. But,
Next
all right,
time.
anything else we need to know? We'll let you go. Get ready for the game, Nick. But anything else we need to know before kickoff here? Any other players? I've seen some tweets. It seems like 20 guys might be out tonight or something.
Yeah, I'm going to be completely honest, Adam. They had me walking around this whole entire stadium about 5 different times because they misplaced the media passes. So the guys I saw, those are the guys I mentioned, and now I'll have to go find who else is not playing tonight.
All right. Well, I just hope it doesn't snow like it did the last time the Bears were there in December. Nick Foles went off though. Different Nick.
That was the best game by a Bear quarterback last year. Let's not lie to ourselves.
Nick Foles might have the last 2 best quarterback games. If you go back to the Falcons game 2 years ago.
That's true. Oh boy, I was excited for him.
You guys got anything else for him?
No, I just talked to Elijah Hicks after the game because he's gonna be a star tonight, Nick.
Ooh.
Young Elijah's gonna our 7th round pick out of Cal's gonna do something tonight. There's a West Coast
I'll keep
guy.
that in mind.
All right,
Nick. We'll let you go. Enjoy the game. Enjoy your trip there in Seattle, and we'll see you back here next week.
All right. See you guys.
There it is. I don't know why I said that. We're going to talk to him post game. So there's that.
we'll see you at 10 o'clock.
We'll see you in 3 hours, buddy.
Preseason for everyone.
Yeah, that's why we do this. All right, let's get to these prop bets.
All right.
We got 5 that are ready to go. We mentioned the Kyler Gordon one. We'll get there. Let's start with the quarterback, though. The guy you want to see play more. We don't think he's going to play a ton. He had 4 completions in the game against the Chiefs last week, which he had 18 snaps, 4 completions. So if we're saying even on the top end he gets 10, which it could fluctuate depending on the game, I think they're going to go on a 15-play scoring drive to start the game. Not really.
All I know is looking at that 2.5 it hurts my heart that's where we set it.
Well, it's because Eberflus is not putting him on the field. Okay, so over 2.5 completions. Over or under?
Braggs, I'm going to take the over. I think we're going to be.
You better.
I mean, I think
You better. With me sitting here.
I mean, I think we got to be optimistic that he's going to get the 10 plays. They're going to throw it 60% of the time. He's going to complete 2/3 of those passes, so he's going to hit the 4. We're going to back-to-back 4 completion games for Justin Fields in the preseason.
Yeah, that's an easy over. Between the check downs, they might set up a wide receiver screen to Velus, Jones. He'll get 3 easy. The question is, will he get one downfield? That's what we all want to see. The home run.
100%.
I still think they're going to try to run the football better than they did last week. I didn't feel like the O-line was happy with that performance.
Shouldn't be.
If you're going to have Teven Jenkins out there, well, I guess you want to test him in both pass pro and running, but I don't know. I'm going to hit the under here, guys. I think it's going to be 2. I don't think there's going to be a lot of opportunities. Like, he may only have
Hoge's at 2 for 4, 2 for 5.
He might only have 4 attempts.
He might. You're right. It could very easily be a 2 for 4 night for good old number 1.
So I'm gonna. That's not even being negative. I just think it's more about the opportunity.
Better watch it. Bears
I know.
Twitter. You gotta stay positive.
Trust
here.
me.
This is the
Trust
preseason. I'm watching you. I'm a representative of Bears Twitter. So if I feel too much negativity,
now I feel pressure.
Are you the president?
I'm not the president.
You are the president of Bears.
No,
you're at least the moderator.
Leave it for someone else.
You might be the president of positive Bears Twitter.
The ringleader of the circus. No, I do not. It takes a village to run that circus.
Who's in competition with you? We might have to do this off the air, but I think you're there, and I think you should own it. It's okay, Braggs. You put time into this. You've planted the flag, baby.
I stumbled into this, but I'll stay humble.
Oh.
All right, let's get to the next one. I'm saying you're the president. Treston Ebner, rushing yards. Another guy who played a lot the other day, it seems like. But I think he's going to get the ball a lot tonight. Looks like David Montgomery's not even going to suit up for this game. Opportunity there. I made a bold prediction he was going to go over 100 in the first game. So I'm slamming the over for him to at least get to 50 in this game.
This is a very much of a Hoge obsession at this point.
Treston Ebner?
Yes.
Okay.
Treston Ebner is you were hyped on him before. When you said 49.5. By the way, Hoge's setting these lines. We're all contributing, but this is an Adam Hoge-driven extravaganza here. I think way under. I think he's in the 30s. So I will.
In the 30s.
Yes. Maybe.
What did he finish with
I don't know
last
who's.
week?
Yeah.
Okay, it's 6 carries for 31. However, 27 of those came out 1 run. I forget if it was his position coach or Getsy the other day. Someone said that one of his runs, he took the wrong path. Otherwise, he would have busted that for another 20-something yards. So right there, that would have been 50.
Hey.
So if he makes that one correction.
I'm not saying it can't happen.
Okay.
But 50-plus yards in a preseason game on a Thursday night against the Seahawks just seems pretty tall. But that's where you said it. So I feel very comfortable on that under.
All right, Braggs, what do you got?
Yeah, I think he'd go over with total yards, but rushing yards, I'm going to play it safe and say to take the under if you're taking these bets. Preseason bets can be risky. But, unless he breaks one, and he broke one last week and still didn't even come close to 50, I'm going to take the under if it's just rushing yards. But he'll have over total yards.
Okay. All right. I don't know if this one's going to pass the Bears Twitter positivity test, but Teven Jenkins penalties. setting it at a half. So does Jenkins commit a penalty?
I'm going against my Bears Twitter brethren. I'm not trying to be negative here. I'm just trying to foresee so people can win some money on their prop bets, and I'm going to take the
By the way,
over.
these are all fake that I made up. I don't even think you can actually bet on these.
But go to points betting, do something.
You can bet the
Spend
game,
money.
but I don't think serious conversation. I don't think any sports books do prop bets in the preseason. I couldn't find them
Probably
anywhere
for the best.
because no one knows how many's going. It kind of gets slimy because there's a very limited amount of people who know exactly who's going to be playing,
Sure.
how much, and then you get the controversy of like. Who was it that spied on the national anthem before the Super Bowl last year or 2 years ago?
That one I've always felt like people absolutely have made millions on that. Just
Right?
They have to.
Practice before the game. How do they not know how long it's going to take?
Yeah, somebody's got insider information.
So I think that's why they don't do prop bets. So we make up our own fun ones, like this one, Teven Jenkins penalties.
Yeah, and the real one everybody knows out there, I know you gamblers know, but the Bears are a 4-point underdog tonight for anybody who doesn't know, if you're looking at that.
Yeah, I got to take the over because at some point they're going to try to pull him out, and I have get him downhill on a run play, and he's going to get a little too excited and jump, false start,
He's doing something wrong tonight, but I don't know if it's going to be an actual
I think he's going to have a perfect game. I'm going under.
Flawless.
Okay, I'm with Braggs. I'm going over. I'm betting against Tevin.
Most of the chat is saying over.
Yeah, I think people get it.
I'm rooting for you, Tevin. We all are.
I'm going. Someone called me the sharp earlier. That's what I'm doing. I'm going against the grain on all of these, I feel like. All right, we had Nick do the one on Kyler Gordon, but our turn now. Kyler Gordon touches on a live football. So, in between the whistles, not just picking it up after a play. How many times does he touch a live ball in this game?
I'm under. I think
1.5.
I don't think he. I'm going with a 0. That's my
Okay.
guess. Kyler's out there. I mean, Drew Lock. I mean, come on. I don't think there's going to be many opportunities here. The
Drew Lock's not playing.
Is that?
Yeah, mister, I've been on vacation all week. Got COVID.
I knew I was
Out.
Gonna, I knew I
That was going to happen at least once.
I knew I was.
Carm's been on vacation all
I
week.
knew I was going to run into
We'll give him
something.
a pass.
I literally was watching the whole pregame video on there that broke down Drew Lock today. But
then you're not the only one.
I won't throw Jeff Joniak under the bus on that. But
Ooh, wow.
I love you, JJ. That must have been recorded earlier in the week.
Yeah, it must have been.
Yeah, these things. So he must. When did he get COVID? Doesn't matter. That didn't even happen.
A couple days ago.
Regardless,
It was literally like an hour after they said he was going to start the game.
okay.
Like Pete Carroll said, Drew Lock is starting the game, and then an hour and a half later, the Seahawks put out a tweet: Drew Lock will not play. He has COVID.
These things happen. I'll still go with 0. First game out there. I'll take the under.
0. Then they're avoiding him if it's 0. Now, Kyler Gordon, from what I saw, limited at camp that first weekend when they weren't even in pads, he sticks to his receivers. I'm excited to see him out there. Jaquan Brisker had such a nice game last week. It would be so nice if Kyler Gordon could, carry that over so we could feel good about, our DBs in this rookie class because they certainly look like they have a lot of talent. So I'm taking the over. I'm going with Nicholas. He's got his fish to click, and I'm going to trust his judgment. His whole family's in the house. It's a homecoming. He's going to be all over that football tonight. Getting an interception. Pick 6.
There you go.
Let's go.
I'm going to go over on that, too. It's 1.5. He can get a PBU and a pick or a forced fumble. Remember, they've been preaching takeaways, and to your point, you watch practice, he is sticky. He is a sticky
Very
corner.
sticky.
I don't think they're going to play him much either. It would be based into my.
Why would they? I mean, I guess
he's
if
been hurt. Something's wrong. They want to get him out there, but I don't think they'll play him a lot. That's.
Now, I'll say in this weird CHGO sportsbook that we have, what if he just grabs the ball, doesn't
Sponsored by
actually
PointsBet.
doesn't. Well, I mean, you're making up the lines, so I'm saying.
know.
But what if he just gets, because they're preaching hit at the ball. What if he just punches at it? That doesn't cause a fumble or anything, but if he hits the ball,
doesn't count.
no.
There's got to be something.
I don't know.
That happens.
If I'm an overbetter, I might be trying to.
Okay, well, thankfully this is not real, so we don't have to deal with controversies like that. All right, last one we got for you, Velus Jones, different rookie. Velus Jones catches. I think he's going to play. I think we had this conversation on the pod the other day, guys. I think his role in the offense is going to be more horizontal, get the ball to him in space, kind of more gimmicky. But if you're going to test him on route running, and actually have him try to go downfield and see if he can do that type of stuff? Isn't this the type of setting where you do that? Isn't this the game where you do that? So I think he's going to play. I think he's going to get opportunity to possibly make those plays. I think he's going to get targeted enough that he could potentially come down with 3 catches.
Let's go, Velus. Show out tonight. Let's get to 3. Let's dare to dream it. Let's hit 4. Let's touch 5. Let's have a big night and get Chicago excited about some level of playmaker on this offense that we have not had in a long time. Somebody's going to actually help Darnell Mooney. It seems tall for him just to jump right out there and do this, but why not? I'll take the over for Velus.
Touches or catches?
Catches.
Catches, because, like you said, maybe an end around or something could be part of the equation. But if it's just catches, I do think they're going to set him up on a wide receiver screen. If he does get the amount of reps that you're thinking, Adam, then I absolutely think it's a possibility. So what the heck? We're having fun. It's preseason. Let's take the over, because Justin Fields is going to take a shot to him downfield. If he plays with him in the first team, he's going to take a shot to him. Because that first weekend that I was there, you could just tell how Justin's eyes kind of travel his way to see if he can get him. Because he gets serious separation. I know he's going to be more of the horizontal game, but from what I saw, they're going to take some shots downfield to stretch the defense. So I think you'll see that tonight.
That's interesting, because when Fields has been asked about Velus, I thought that he sort of slow played it. He's doing okay. Like, he was basically given an opportunity to throw a big bouquet of flowers right to Velus at one point in it's a press conference 3 weeks ago, and he just didn't do it.
Sure.
He's coming along, I took it like Fields does not like Velus Jones, at least not dislike, but doesn't have a ton of confidence in him.
Well, he hasn't been out there enough.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm going to actually take the under, guys, as much as I just hyped that up. It really has to do with the fact that Isaiah Coulter was the only receiver on Saturday who actually got more than 3 targets. He had 4. He only caught 2 of the passes. So I just don't know that the opportunities are really going to be there. I do think there's going to be a couple shots, so I agree with you. I think they got to test his route running, see if he can get open.
Everything was underneath last week. Let's have some fun.
I know. I'm with you.
Some fireworks.
I'm with you. All right. We got to tell you about FOCO, Chicago. You've already got the best coverage for your favorite team, so get fitted out in the best sports gear around. FOCO has you covered from Soldier Field to the front room, north or south side, with hoodies, slippers, signs, bobbleheads, and everything in between. Get decked out like DeMar with apparel from the leader in sports merch and collectibles. FOCO. Looking for the perfect gift for the football fan in your life? FOCO's got you covered with hoodies to fight that Lake Michigan breeze. Check out FOCO.com or click the link in the description below. For all non-presale items, use the promo code CHGO for 10% off.
And a shout-out to our friends at Athletic Greens. I mean, you would never know, looking at this body, that I am the age that I am, which I'm not going to say. But, I've been up at Camp Nebagamon all week, playing tennis, water skiing. So good. So good. Athletic Greens, AG1, you are my best friend. I got the gut health going. I got more energy. I did a 7-hour drive. I'm pumped up to be here all night tonight. Let's go. My immune system's feeling great. And yes, you don't want the pills. You don't want the vitamins. You want this delicious supplement. That's right. You put it in your system. You're like, oh, it tastes so good. I feel so good. And listen, you want to transition to a healthier lifestyle, check it out. Athletic Greens AG1 is done so much for my life. So get on in there, get yourself healthy, and take yourself to the next level, baby. Health, fitness, the whole thing.
Don't worry about the pizza that we're going to eat after.
That's what you do. You have your Athletic Greens, and then you can,
That's a balance.
Yeah.
And by the way, Athletic Greens is going to give you a free 1-year supply of immune-supporting vitamin D and 5 free travel packs with your first purchase. All you have to do is visit athleticgreens.com/CHGO Bears. Again, that's athleticgreens.com/CHGO Bears to take ownership over your health and pick up the ultimate daily nutritional insurance. All right, we are almost to game time here, guys.
I'm nervous.
You're nervous?
Well, here, can I give my things that I'd like to see tonight?
Absolutely.
My number one thing I'd like to see, Justin Fields. Well, however long you're out there, processing exactly what's going on quicker. The one
Yes.
play that got called out by Luke Getsy, as far as like you could have hung in the pocket just that much longer instead of scooting out of there. Just whatever the next tick up that somehow, I don't know if I'll even notice it during the game, but that will be talked about afterwards. That feels like the play to Tajay Sharp last week was sweet. Just whatever that next level is, that to me that's the biggest key. Teven Jenkins, don't get your ass kicked out there. That would be good. The offensive line as a whole looking stable would be sweet, and I wouldn't mind to see the defense fly around a little bit either here. So let's see guys making some plays out there. So there we go. That was a
No,
lot.
I think that's
That was a
fair.
lot.
I do want to mention really quick, though, that the actual lines you can bet on at PointsBet, use that code CHGO. We got the Sox promo going on, too, so you can get all that Sox stuff if you want it. But the Bears are 3.5-point underdogs right now. 3.5-point underdogs. The total is 39.
Seems high to me.
I want to take the under on that one. I don't know. If you want to just bet the Bears to win, because you're feeling it. It's preseason, and you're just feeling great. Plus 150, the Bears to win. Straight up.
I mean, the under is my play here. It was
under?
last week as well.
Yeah.
I mean, last week we were one quarter in. I said, how in the world did you not bet on the Chiefs in this game? This one feels like,
I mean, look, it's Geno Smith versus Trevor Siemian basically in this game.
let's go. Let's go.
Let's go,
Why do,
Bears.
why do I care
If
about
you're
the
betting
Bears?
the over on that, you just love life. I don't know.
Briggs, do you care if they win tonight? Will you sleep better if they actually win?
No, I don't care either way.
Easy answer.
I just want to see, break the mold. They said 12 plays is the max, but screw it. Make Getsy keep you out there for 15 plays on that first drive so we can see Getsy, get into a drive with Justin Fields and see some tempo and rhythm. And we didn't get to see any. They were off the field before you knew it, and that's what I'd like to see is some tempo and rhythm on that first series before we get into the backups and everybody fighting for jobs.
One super chat to get to before we get out of here from Diddy, not that Diddy, who has a breakout game tonight. Let's do it. I'm rolling with Teven Jenkins. That's what I want to see. The Bears have their right guard by the end of the night. We got to get out of here. We'll be right back here post game, okay? So as soon as the game's over, we're going to have a full post game for you, just like we did after the Chiefs game. We'll check in with Nick from Seattle. We'll get the post game locker report from him as well. Make sure you hit that like button down there. Slam the like button. If you're not subscribed, do it now. And hit the notifications, too. You'll get a warning then when you know we're going live after the game. We'll be right here for you afterward to talk about everything that happens right here. CHGO Bears. Enjoy the game.